This is a report from Bureau County. This is the subject who was involved in an assault that took out my vehicle, totaled it out. Um, he actually was busted. Um, the police took him in. He's serving time or probation.
Okay, so you're a victim of criminal damage and disorderly conduct,
Yeah.
okay? And that happened in, Pinal County area?
Yeah.
Or was it Apache Junction, cause I do see
It
Apache
was
Junction.
Apache Junction, but I think it was Pinal County.
Uh,
Sheriff
so-
shut up.
So Pinal County, oh, okay, gotcha, cause Pinal County Sheriff's Office is the different agency out there, okay?
Okay.
So you're a victim of criminal damage and disorderly conduct by
Yeah.
the individual,
Yeah.
Jared?
Yeah.
Okay,
This man is from Michigan. I had a relationship with him, not a sexual, just trying to figure out who was behind all the malicious activity behind me. And this man had showed up.
what was this guy's name?
It's on it, right?
No, it just shows your email info. So you dated this guy?
I didn't say dated, I said non-sexual relationship. I had a relationship with him. The relationship was, I was trying to figure out who was behind all the malicious activity that I've been receiving by police, by people, just in general. But come to find out, he's like, so I left Michigan. Because I was assuming I was being poisoned. And then I felt paralyzed to the poison. And I saw this agent in Texas who was following me. So now I have him in Michigan, Texas, and he's been seen here in Arizona with this case. My doctor's like, you're lucky you're alive. I should have fucking killed you. Instead, I went paralyzed. And I have a catheter, I have urological damage, things of that sort. So one of the reasons he may be trying to make me look like a bad person is he gave me a lot of information on some things he probably shouldn't have, like he's on drugs and maybe I was to be killed. Because he talks about throwing people off of airplanes, bad people. And he considered me a bad person, but I'm not a bad person. But what I'm seeing is police reports being written up claiming I'm the person. Here's an example. Okay. One of the reasons I'm being poisoned is this report.
Can I see it?
Yeah, but let me explain to you first.
Go for it.
There's several reports that have been made up on me, but the reports don't make it to the prosecutor. So And this one I was lucky to get, just by chance, I got wind of it, so I got my FOIA request on it, I pulled up the information. I did this back in Michigan, because I'm thinking, someone's trying to make me look like a bad person, like possibly a pedophile, why are they being so malicious to me? And my FOIA information was like refused. I'm like, well, why are you refusing it? I wanna know what's going on, because I can actually review what's on here or on any report. So I'm seeing all these reports that aren't true, but when I get them, it's like 2, 3 years later. So this is my freshest report. I was in a treatment center. I explained that I thought I was poisoned. I'd already called Payson Police. I was on the phone. I don't know if it was 911 or non-emergency. Um, but I was fucked up. And then I started drinking due to the poisoning. My mental abilities had changed, but I was fucked up. And it wasn't just from alcohol, there was a lot more to it. I could barely walk. I was in a wheelchair. My brain functions was like I couldn't do anything. I couldn't make any sensible decisions, even as far as trying to get help legally or through a hospital. Like my mind didn't register. Basically, that's what a poison does to you. It pretty much just paralyzes your abilities. When the poisonings occurred, maybe I'll stay with this subject here. Okay, so reports being generated, and they're being generated, but they're not going to the prosecutor. So they're one-sided stories. Okay, this report right here, regardless of what it says, did I tell you who this person was in general?
You told me it was Stewart.
Yeah, you know his occupation.
No.
I do.
Okay.
He's a CIA agent.
Okay.
Okay. He has his own surveillance team. I've been watching these guys fucking follow me all over the fucking place. I've seen him with people who I'm gonna mention. He's swinging dope to this person who wrote this report didn't have to be written. I have a catheter because I have to self-cath because when I was paralyzed, it destroyed me.
Mhm.
And I have to use anal things to go poo-poo because I can't poo-poo.
Okay.
Okay, she wrote a report on me. I was in my room under the covers. The report never should have been generated, but it was generated. But the only people who are going to retaliate is the CIA because I said, oh, another report on this guy. Maybe you guys can't see the report. This guy can see it. I don't know if you would you be able to see a report that came out of Payson?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's gonna be Payson Police Department, so I don't have no access to that, sir.
Who would see it besides Payson Police Department?
The county attorney's office. So
But
if you have any questions,
I did. They said,
then you have to go to the Gila County Attorney's Office and talk with them about that stuff.
yeah,
Because those are basically, so the agencies are basically the ones that we do reports and then all that stuff. If you have any further questions at that point, we'll go to, you talk to the prosecutors for Gila County.
okay, so I went to the county, and what they told me was, oh, well, they're not gonna press charges, so we can't do anything.
Okay.
Okay, so here I am with a report that's there, and I can't do anything about it, and it's still gonna stay there. That's one of the reasons I'm being poisoned. It's kind of a catch-22. It's like, hey, they're gonna fuck me over, and there's nothing I can do with it.
Okay.
So I won't show you the report, but I'll tell you that a bag was seen given to the girl on this report. I suspect it to be fucking dope, because
Okay.
I've watched these guys dope people up, and they use them to do surveillance.
Who, the police department?
No, Stewart.
Stewart?
He has his own crew of agents that, I don't know how he gets away with it, but, one of the reasons he's following me is he bragged about how he raced an FBI agent. An agent got caught stealing dope from the dope room, an FBI agent. Well, Stewart went in and deleted it, so he wouldn't be prosecuted. So now the guy actually works for the FBI and the CIA. That's one reason he doesn't want me to report him, which I've been trying to. Secondly, Payson Police Department has a man named Robbie, and I have his address, who found out see, his parents live at 408 West St. Moritz, Moritz Drive in Payson. The guy's first name is Robbie. I actually have his address because he gave it to me for mailing reasons. I didn't know he was working with an agency. He had his fourth DUI. He was pending charges, and his case was pretty much erased. And he happened to be the same person who been doing the home invasions on my place. He ripped down surveillance sensors at the door. There's a couple other people involved, Michael David Wolf. Hey, pretty much clearing the records for people to get my place, to place poisons.
So do you live in Payson?
I'm in Scottsdale now because if I go back there and these guys are saying, hey, it's either jail time for this DUI, we'll put it back on, or you can go kill this guy. I mean, there's a lot of fucking ways this can go down. That's why I'm trying to get, find out who erased the record. I know it was Stewart, but I'm not sure.
I don't have access to any of that, sir. That would be with the prosecutors
Okay, so I can't see the prosecutors.
until Monday at this point.
And what would I do as far as?
You would have to just talk with them about certain issues that you have incidents about, and then they would answer those questions for you.
Cause I called Pinal County Attorney General.
Okay.
I said, hey, I have this case and everything. They said, well, they don't want to prosecute you. And I said, well, so I wanted to see the Attorney General to go over this. And they're like, well, if they don't want to prosecute you, we can't do nothing. I'm like, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's how that works. So,
Okay,
it would only be for like if you felt that there's some issues going on with the prosecutors and they were charging and you had concerns about that, then you have every right to go to the Attorney General and then ask those questions and they would look into it.
Okay, so upon a false police report, I can get this they call it implemented. I can come back and say, hey, I want to make a report on this false report. I mean, I can't just leave it here without having that's the reason I got it, was to say, hey, someone wrote a false report of me or under duress or threat.
That's gonna be something you have to deal with Payson PD in regards to that report. You're gonna have to talk with their administration and then go for talk to the prosecutors.
And do prosecutors need an appointment to see?
Yes, you have to make an appointment. So they're only Monday through Friday. And
So,
because of the time, there's no one available already at this point.
what do you mean?
Because they're only there till 4 or 5.
Oh yeah, I can't make it today.
Yeah, so you would have to make an appointment to see them about that case, about your concerns.
Okay, so if an agent is deleting records off of police departments' computers, you have no control over it.
I don't have control over that, and not only that, but seems like your issue is with Payson Police Department and not with the Gila County Sheriff's Office.
Well, yeah.
And then you expressed to me about, I listened to you about Stewart, and then also about the incident that occurred to you where you were a victim of a crime in Pinal County Sheriff's Office, and then basically that they're keeping the guy held at the jail.
No, they have my probation.
Okay.
Right now,
Oh well, we're over here. When I read this paperwork, it's
at the time, yeah. I've just given you what.
Yeah.
These are all similar activities that are building up on me.
Gotcha.
And every time it's because a report was made.
Gotcha.
And I'm like, okay, well, these are like done behind my back. Kind of like where the cops don't come up to me and say, hey, what happened? They just talk to her or the other person and say, okay, we'll file it, we'll look into it or whatever, and then nothing happens. So now I'm left out of the equation.
Gotcha.
And this happened like 5 different times.
I can't answer for those incidents that occurred when you had other law enforcement agencies involved in cases that they had to do their thing and they did the way they did it, and that's out of my control, basically.
Okay, well, as sheriff, aren't you in charge of public integrity?
Yes, but the problem is that I wasn't there when those happened. Do you understand?
The cop wasn't there when it happened.
Well, the Payson Police Department, you're saying that that's a false document.
Well, I'm just saying.
Right?
Well, I'm saying it was done under threat, duress, swinging dope, whatever.
Okay, so like I said, I can't control that agency because I'm not. Even though it's in Gila County, it's out of my control on their decision making of what they do. So two different entities, but yes, we basically assist every agency within Gila County. But unfortunately, the times that all this has happened, we're not there. But if you have any concerns, you're gonna have to talk with Payson Police Department about this report and then the prosecutors of Healy County. My suggestion to you, which if you're having some issues with Payson PD because of Stewart and all that stuff, my suggestion would be go talk to Healy County, make an appointment with them.
Healy County Prosecutor?
Yes, and then someone will tell you a time and they'll talk to you. I would suggest that. I can't control what happened that date and time and all that stuff, but Payson PD, if you wanna make an appointment with Payson Police Department Administration, their higher upper, like a sergeant and all that, you can, but I can't control this.
Okay, like I have no problem doing that. Actually, I've been trying to get a hold of commanders.
Okay.
I talked to Sergeant McInerney. He's like, "Oh, you can't make a report. You already made one." I'm like, "I didn't fucking make a report with you." I was coming off of being drugged and poisoned in a confusion. So I went back and I talked to, I got a hold of city council, city manager. They said, "Well, your email is going back with the chief of police." And I'm like, "Okay."
Well,
So then the chief of police says, "Okay, come on in and we'll discuss it." Okay, so I gave him pretty much this information.
Okay.
Okay. Upon leaving, I said, "Hey, do I get I need a report number." He goes, "The chief doesn't give reports." I'm like, "So you just fucking took my report. I have nothing to go by." That's kind of like bullshit. That's why I came here, is because he basically took the report to get the information, but he didn't want to report the information.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll just give you a number and you can refer to that. About us having a conversation about all this stuff.
Okay, so what's that number gonna refer me to?
It's just gonna be referred that you came in, we spoke, and this is the stuff that you mentioned, and then what I told you, what you can, some advice, which way to go.
Okay, so would I take that to the prosecutor or no? Would that go to do all cases go to the prosecutor?
It's not a crime, so it won't go there. It'll just be for the record that we spoke.
Okay. Like, I thought every police report had to be investigated and then the prosecutor gets the last decision.
This right here is not a crime in regards to what's going on. This is an internal thing with Payson Police Department that you're having.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's individuals outside of the department that are
Okay,
involved.
so I can't control that stuff. That's why I said if you're having issues, you're gonna have to talk with Payson PD. But I will give you something for the record so you could have, so that when you go there, they could ask about it and go from there. But you'll have it for your record.
Can they say, "Hey, well, it can't, there was no investigation, so we can't do anything"? I mean.
So like I said, I'm here hearing you out.
No, I hear you.
And I'm gonna do something about it. It'll be notated. Then that's gonna be for the record for you to have, and then you'll have that we have a conversation about this stuff. And then it's up to the prosecutors what they wanna do, okay?
So I contact Gila County Prosecutor.
Yes.
And you have a phone number or something?
I can look it up for you and then go from there, okay?
Okay.
So if you want, give me a second, I'm gonna give you a business card with the number for the record, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna go to my patrol vehicle and I'll have that for you, okay, sir? here's the number to call the Hilo County prosecutors on Monday through Friday. And then here's my business card. And then the back is gonna be the number for the report that for the incident, okay?
Yeah, what, Payson County, Payson Police told me that they don't have their own forensic. Where would I go after that?
What do you mean forensic, for what?
'Cause my place got shit all over the place, fucking poisoning.
At that point, I wouldn't know an answer for you. If it's within Payson jurisdiction, you're gonna have to deal with them and figure stuff out. again
Well,
with the chief.
the chief says,
And
oh,
if
we
you're-
don't have forensic, but he didn't tell me where to go either.
Yeah, so we don't have a forensic unit either.
And Globe.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I assume it's just gotta be something in Scottsdale, Mesa.
At that point, you would maybe have to talk to DPS,
What's DPS?
Department of Public Safety, which is troopers.
Okay,
They have a unit.
okay,
And normally if something's don't, sometimes when we need their help, we notify them and they can help us out. Because they're a mandatory statewide agency that assists all local and sheriff's office too, sheriff's departments too. So they assist every police department and sheriff's department within the Arizona.
okay.
So if you have any questions, then you might have to talk with DPS and talk about that stuff.
So you're Gila, so Gila goes all the way from Payson all the way down here?
Yeah, but
That's
we're two different districts. Even though we're Gila County, we're assigned to different districts. So Payson will be the northern district and
Okay.
we are the southern district of Globe.
So it was Gila County, not, or they pronounce it Gila?
Gila.
Is that how they pronounce
Yeah.
it? Okay. Awesome. I think
All
that
right,
was
Robert.
it.
Thank you for your time.
Man, I hope you understood what I'm trying to say, is just.
I did.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
And I got you some help that you're gonna have to go that route. I can't
Yeah.
answer for things that you believe is illegal, that was a false report by a police officer. That's gonna be something that you're gonna have to talk with the prosecutors in regards to that.
I believe the county attorney.
Well, that's why I gave you a
No,
number.
no. With Payson Police.
Got it. Regarding these two reports and what needs to be done.
I just don't feel comfortable about what the chief is doing as far as, oh, I'm the chief, so I don't get the report.
If you felt like it wasn't taken care of, then you would have to talk with their boss, with the chief's boss, with the city council.
Which the meeting was doing, right? Okay, my friend.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Yep, no problem, bro.